Or I guess they're playing some Yasuo top lane into a Nasus, and what we're running this game is a Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, a Last Stand. Then we are also running Demolish, and then we are also running Overgrowth. I do not run second winter bomb plating this game due to the matchup. I'll tell you why in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys how to carry. Yasuo top lane, personally, it's still to this day one of my absolute most favorite top lanes of all time to 1v9 with. It just doesn't change. And it's especially fun if you're running into a matchup like Nasus. Like, everybody hates playing against Nasus, but I personally enjoy playing against it. You can give me Nasus all day, I appreciate it. I'll take the level 1 straight away. Nice. Guys, I talk about this a lot. If you're playing Yasuo top lane, you absolutely do not want to play safe level 1-2. I'd say about 90% of all the matchups are all matchups that Yasuo wins straight away level 1-2. I see a lot of people playing Yasuo playing extremely safe, but you really don't have to. You're missing like one of the biggest power spikes that can get you the lane going. If you play level 1-2 very well, then level 3-4 is going to be very good too. Now this game we're facing off a Kindred, and I'm pretty sure he's pathing topside. So we'll see how that's gonna go. Make sure to thin out this wave too. As soon as the next wave arrives, I want it to bounce into me, or... Let me check here. My goal here is to get the more attack speed, so that once this wave is completely done, I can get item advantage, and then we can start hard winning. So we're just going to shove once more. I don't really care much about the HP from Nasus. I'll show you. There we go. Now we'll go back. Alright, so what we're going to do is... I want to take the attack speed. I absolutely don't mind getting the wave into a neutral position here. That's fine with me. I even think that Nasus will probably stay. What we're gonna do is I will go for Blade of the Rune King. When you play Yasuo in mid lane, usually you go for Gale Force, but if you're playing Yasuo top lane, about half of the time you're gonna build Blade, because Blade shreds not just tanks, but pretty much all top laners in general. It's a really broken item in top, because it doesn't matter what you're up against, especially tanks, you're gonna shred them really hard. Now, as you can see, we have item advantage. Now we start hard winning. Look, got the wave bouncing into me too, because he's been like touching the wave, trying to Q. We're gonna make sure we hold this wave. We want to let it keep bouncing into me. That's gonna give me a huge advantage. Trying to get the Q. He'll probably go for the cannon. So I'm gonna avoid him from getting it. Not too bad. Took some damage. Okay. Nice one. And he's dead. Now we push. Now that's just how important item advantage is, guys. Whenever you get more items than your opponent, you want to look for fights all the time. But also, the wave was like bouncing into me, which means that Nasus needs to walk up for the last hit. So he's basically putting himself into a vulnerable position where I can just all in. Like, these are the things that you want to do when you run into matchups like Nasus, or even just in general, even if it's not Nasus. As long as you're stronger than your opponent and you have the wave like bouncing into you, you can make fights like this happen, because they're forced to walk up to you, right? They're not really given a choice here. So let's go for Berserker's Greaves. Even though we're playing against Nasus this game, we're still running a Berserker's Greaves first before we go Blade. Because of the, not necessarily the attack speed, all I care is the movement speed. Like, if you get the movement speed, you can kite down the Nasus, right? If you do it perfectly, he can't actually hit Qs on you, because you're staying like max range from his Qs, right? You're basically a kiting machine. You always try and hit Qs as far away as possible, to the point where he can't auto you back. See? That's how that's the playstyle of Yasuo. And if they get low enough, then you look for all-ins. So you're kind of playing like a sort of poking sort of strategy. I was trying to bring them low. That's all you're doing. See? I'm not taking any damage in return. That's a Q. That's okay. Because I had my passive. My passive blocks damage. So if you make a mistake, it's nothing to worry about necessarily. Ooh, sidestep. Clean. Okay, he's gonna hit R. I walk away. I kite him down. And I hit a couple more Qs. Did I just... okay. I tried ulting. I did that because the tower was hitting him. And I think I could have had a really clean one. Nice. I would have killed him without the jungler very easily because I had the lethal tempo proc, so I was able to dish out like another auto long before he could throw his auto. So that was pretty good. Now we get that too, and we go back. So you see, like, Nasus is a hard champion to deal with because he can directly slow you, which means that your positioning is going to be very much off, and your attack speed is also being reduced. So like dishing out damage is like very, very, very hard to do. I'm gonna go sell that one too. Let's get some more attack speed. But at that point, if you see Nasus pressing R and he tries to go into you, as soon as the ultimate expires, you actually are going to win. So the second you see Nasus like hitting R, you just dash backwards, you hit the Qs, but you dash backwards and you stay outside of the Q range. That's really it. Like, you see R, you walk away. Nasus will beat you if he hits R button. Like, he will win. So if you keep that in mind, it's a pretty good matchup. It's got a hand flick and escape at all times, so if he presses it, you should find a way to like get out. That's pretty much it comes down to. We have a very, very, very large like farm advantage at the moment. So again, he's pressing it. I dash away. Nice. We just have to wait out the ultimate. That's really it. And we got him. Now we push. See? A matchup like this is supposed to be a hard one, but if you know the limits of your Q, you know the Q range, you play around your wave, and you position very clean, there's not really anything to worry about. It's all good. If you press this R, you dash backwards. You hit the Q, you dash backwards again. You keep that range between you and the Nasus, and as soon as it expires, you just go back in. You hit the dashes. That's the beautiful thing about the Yasuo. You can dash infinitely. There's no limit. If there are 6 creeps, you can dash 6 times, right? If there's more creeps, like 8 creeps, you can dash 8 times. 8 times is a lot of times for dashing. Keep that in mind. And also worth noting as well, if you dash through all these creeps by chance, your E is like a short cooldown. Before you know it, you can dash again like 6 times. So it's very hard for Nasus to actually beat you because there's always a way to dash out or dash back in. You're not using all 6 creeps all the time. That's not what you're doing. That's very unrealistic. Like, you don't dash that often to get a fight going, if that makes sense. So there's always like space for positioning. Literally always. Again, we got the wave flag freezing. Really good. Very, very good. We have almost double the farm right now. That's huge. Alright, I'm just kind of holding it. I want the wave to push into me once more. Oh, he got a free Q on me. It's okay though. Oh, he got another one. That sucks. It is what it is. His Q is pretty long range too. I'll hit the wind wall because I don't want to tank too much. It's okay if you take some damage because we also have lifesteal. So it's not too much of a problem. Just gotta make sure I use that lifesteal and not dash. As you can see, this guy is very, very much afraid of farming. It's not looking very good for him. Oh, he had another one. He decides to like hit every Q on me now, which is kind of smart. Might mean that I have to like back off here probably. I'm just gonna hard shove this one because this wave is going to get me my blade. Yeah, that's killing him again. Let's proc the demolish once more. Nice. Also worth noting, I didn't actually talk about this yet. I promised you guys I would talk about it. In my second page, we don't have bone plating or second wind. Look, we got demolish and overgrowth for scaling. I'll tell you. Let's build it. Nice. We're gonna start building some crit chance. We're gonna go Infinity Edge. That's gonna combine with the blade. I do not have bone plating or second wind. If I had bone plating though, in this matchup, I would have had a much easier time, or second wind or anything like that. I'd probably have a much better time in lane. We don't have that this game. And the reason why is because Nasus matchup, I consider this matchup to be an easy one. Because as I mentioned before, right, we can just dash out any day we want. So demolish helps me with snowballing lane. As you can see, we got every single plating, and overgrowth allows me to scale. It's far more valuable than bone plating, so that's why I got that stuff. All right. Yeah, if we run into a really tough matchup, for example, like a Renekton or something like that, that's obviously a matchup where you want to have bone plating. If you run into a gangplank or something, anything that pokes you, that's where you want to go for second wind. So keep that in mind. And then you want to swap around demolish. That's the one I would recommend the most. I'm kind of holding this lane here. I want to see if Nasus will appear. As long as I hold this wave like this, he will not be able to press Q to last it for stacks. And I think I can also draw his attention. I can probably make him walk top lane if I play like this. If he decides to roam towards mid lane, I'll start hard shoving. But so far, he hasn't been doing this. Nice. Again, the whole wave goes down. I think I'm going to start hard shoving right now. Probably. Let me check. Wait, come back. Gotcha. Alright. Taking a look on the map, my whole teammates are beating the enemy. Nasus has not appeared yet, so I'm assuming he's probably going for the jungle camps. He will eventually appear in a top lane again if I keep doing this freeze. So let's do it for like slightly longer. I'm pretty sure he's taking the jungle camps, like stack these, and it takes him a little while. There you go. Another wave goes down, which means he's once again lost another one. 12 creeps so far he lost by doing this freeze. I don't typically do this freeze, as you guys know. I rarely do a freeze like this once tower goes down. This is a rare occurrence. You will not see me do this very often. But in a moment like this, where absolutely nothing happens on the map, like, this is definitely worth it. Because you can deny him quite a bit. I start hard shoving. There you go. The reason why I hard push right now and not continue is because the Drake is about to appear. And there's a chance that Nasus might show there. And I don't want my team to be 4 against 5. Like, we gotta keep on outnumbering these people too. So if Nasus starts roaming, my teammates could start losing too. And we hard push. There you go. Probably the jungle camps are most likely taken right now. He's definitely taken... Yeah, he's taken all the jungle camps for sure. He's got more armor too now. got it. At least we got the blue buff, so Nasus is not getting it. We can go for this fight for sure. I'm like 3 levels ahead, so even if he has a lot of stacks, it doesn't matter. Alright. Apparently he lives. Okay, I got like 1 kill. So we forced Nasus to go back. We didn't kill him through my ignite, which is a bit upsetting. But we did get the jungler. Also, the Veigar is almost dead. So not too bad. Okay. You can see we drew the attention top side. We were 1 versus 3. So my teammates got Drake for free. Like, there was no fight because there was nobody. Because they all try and fight me instead. So the Drake was... yeah, it was ours already. And that's only because we started pushing from here, making that decision. If we kept on freezing, it might have been pretty bad for my team. So yeah, the way how you push and stuff like that also matters. You don't want to freeze permanently. It's always a bad idea. Only freeze when you can. Take this camp and then we start rotating. Now this is an interesting game because normally I have to 1v9 the game. My teammates are actually doing somewhat decent right now. So let's see what we can do. We don't have to like hard push top right now. I'm not gonna lie. When is the last time that I've seen my teammates doing well? Like, I don't know, man. I've been checking up my YouTube comments recently, and like it's becoming a meme that my teammates are losing the game like extremely hard. Like the last time I've got into a game like this where my teammates are popping off, it's probably been many weeks ago. It's quite rare. Like you don't see this very often anymore. Oh, not too bad. I'm gonna live steal from this. But yeah, honestly, man, when do you see my teammates actually win? I don't know, man. It's been a long time ago. I'm not used to this anymore. Oh. I love how she just decided to go like into me. Ah, not a good one. We got the mid laner though. He's the combo. Alright, cool. Nice, he's not gonna... Ooh. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. My mid lane is fed, actually. This is an absolute rarity. When do you see this? Alright. It's mind-blowing, right? I'm surprised. Anyway, really good game. This is Yasuo top lane. Thanks so much for watching today's YouTube vid, and I'll see you next time. Peace.